Hi, it's Leigh White, your transformational coach, and today I'm talking with you about what is the real price of being busy. I'm just going to adjust my camera here and make sure that you're not like seeing me from there up, which would not be ideal at all. As soon as you join me live, make sure you let me know, because I don't always see whose name is there, and love connecting with you each week in our Transformation Thursday sessions. So today I'm going to be talking about something I see all the time, not just in my own life, but in my client work, where I'm seeing very busy people, and I want you to know what that price is of busyness, which is a lot more than around your health, which is very important. As they say, your health is your wealth. Yet there's a lot more to it, because this price of being busy is costing you heavily in the area of your relationships. You may be thinking that I'm doing all this stuff for everyone else and that is keeping them happy, but it's not, because the price of being busy is keeping you separate and away from the best version of you. Now, I cannot wait to really unpack this with you, because busyness is attached to goals, is attached to the popular ways of believing that you're doing really well, and she's always so busy. But I'm telling you, it's keeping you separate from the best version of you, and we don't want that. I bet you don't want that. I can remember when I was growing up, people around me would say, oh, I like being busy. Like sort of in your early 20s, I like being busy, that sort of thing. And I'm going to tell you the secret why they like being busy. It is because when you're busy, you get to avoid reality. Now, there's going to be two sides of opinions to this. Some people believe that reality is doing all that practical stuff, all of the tasks, and it is, avoiding being caught up in drama. But in reality, the super busy people with not a minute to spare have got plenty of drama going on, let me tell you. The other side of the argument around what is reality, what is avoiding reality, they are believing that reality is having that normal human experience of your emotions, your feelings, your responses to the world around you, and not being too busy to notice that. So that aspect of reality is, it doesn't matter if I picked you up and I put you on Mars, you would still have to deal with that aspect of reality, which is your own self, your emotions, all aspects of yourself, and your thoughts about different experiences you have and your reactions to those experiences. That is the part of you that you cannot take away. Whereas all of this stuff that's keeping you busy, the running around, looking after other people constantly, like without a break, running to the rescue of others all of the time, rather than them learning skills and tools to deal with some of the things that they're navigating in their lives, that kind of busyness, or you saying yes to everything, to every social engagement, to every interaction, to every opportunity, that is the kind of busyness I'm talking about. So what is it keeping you separate from, and why am I talking about it keeping you separate from great relationships? This is where the work is around being in either super busy mode or being in what we call present moment awareness, where you're able to move through your life without racing through your life. Because it's really comfortable rushing through life and avoiding all of the stuff that requires a lot of deeper work. And when I say deeper work, these are the 3 simple steps that I wanted to share with you today. These 3 R's that I call them, 3-letter R's, are when you're more present in each moment, you're able to reflect on what's happening. In that moment, you can be more objective about what's happening in each moment. You can reflect on what's happening, and you can also review it afterwards and think about, wow, how did I react in that situation? Was that the best way I could have been helpful in this world and helpful to myself? And was I showing myself that I have any awareness of my emotions and which ones are real and which ones are me over responding to a situation? And then to, be able to review it and maybe take a new path and renew it, renew your perspective. So reflecting, being a bit more objective, taking a bit of a review of the situation and choosing to renew your perspective around something. Those skills, those abilities of you to be able to be really present with what is happening instead of having snap decisions and racing from one moment to the next, are how you develop a better awareness of your own emotions, your natural human responses to the world. So remember, there were those 2 perspectives. One is that racing through life is great because you don't have to, you can avoid reality. What are those perspectives around what reality is? Is it the busyness and getting stuff done? Is that what's real? Or if I was to pick you up and put you in another place, those real aspects of you are still going to be there. So you choose which one resonates with you. But using the 3 R's to help bring you back down to earth and be aware of each emotion and each response you're actually experiencing is absolutely key. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I felt it was so important to share these techniques, because recently I witnessed a client that was with me who was trying to take time out for herself and do some work with me. And during that process was also trying to be completely distracted with other things that she could do during the time of our interaction and not be paying 110% to the conversation around the teachings. And it was absolutely detrimental, because when we're not fully present in that moment and reflecting on how am I experiencing this, and we're distracted with the past or a material physical thing that we're doing or whatever, then it can lead to us having a really negative, detached and disassociated experience of what is real in each present moment. Now, you wouldn't want that. So I want to talk to you a little bit more about how to really be having more joyful experiences if you're going to sign up to be more present in each moment and not be so busy. It's going to mean saying no to some things. So making a different decision-making process when you're invited to things, when you hear about things, when you think, oh, it's some annual awareness day next week, I should go to the thing, or I've been invited to something or other gathering, I should go. Before you decide yes or no, let yourself, you can respond by saying, just give me a moment, I'll get back to you. You don't have to take on that decision immediately. And give yourself the time to consider, what do I really feel like? What I was about to say is, what does my body want? And if you're new to this work, like that thing of what does my body want, if you were to sit for a moment and really ponder the invitation, you'll know pretty quickly, do I really feel like, yeah, that would be great? Or do I feel like, guess I could go, or I should go. That is a definite no. What is so important is for you to define your real life experience as what you uniquely love to do. Now, what I see a lot of people out there doing, which I haven't been doing because it's not uniquely me, is crocheting. If crocheting is your thing, then that is your thing, and make time for that and do more of what brings you joy and brings you into the present moment. And sometimes when you're really enjoying the present moment, time absolutely flies. Like when I'm journaling and working with some of the tools that I work with, time flies and I'm like, wow, I never have enough time for all this because I spend so much time on it. I love it. And so if you're someone that's a writer or you're creative, do it, because the bigger the gap in time between you doing what you love is going to be a great measure for whether you're happy or unhappy. Bringing more time into your schedule, if you have a schedule, which I highly recommend having a schedule, more time for doing the things that you love is going to give you that present moment awareness to be noticing what makes you happy in your life. And instead of being busy doing all the things that would look good on social media or be great to tell people about, but they're not what you love necessarily. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. And so if it's cooking a meal for someone that you care about or for your family who you love and you're really close to, but that other person you care about could be someone that's in need and you want to cook a meal for them, but you don't do this every time someone has a cold. I'm talking about someone with like a really significant life event going on. Do be discerning, because you are all very caring and compassionate people that follow this page, and I know that there is a finite amount of you as an individual to go around, so be careful with that, but make time for doing these things that do bring you joy. And what you do for yourself that is really your unique thing that you love is going to actually make you stronger as a person. Did I say that? Yes. Using the 3R technique of really being more present in each moment, reflecting more objectively as each moment comes up in your life, and being able to be really aware of the emotions you're experiencing gives you that opportunity to really review your responses, and like I was talking about, having boundaries around saying yes or no to things. Same thing, really review it before you actually respond, and then being able to renew your perspective and choose, is this really for me? And being comfortable with your responses to the world rather than just being flying off the handle as the busy person that is so detached from what is real inside themselves. That is absolutely key. And why this makes you stronger is you become increasingly self-aware. You are more objective about life, and it's almost like you can pan back from, or step back from reality and be able to be more reflective in each moment and really bring more value to yourself, of your experience of life, to those around you by that emotional regulation, and really being able to be self-aware and knowing what works for you, what doesn't, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. All of this is really strengthening you at that deeper internal level. So I do agree with what people said to me when I was younger, that being busy is good and they love it. But there are ways of being busy, and there is being overwhelmed, there is having a lack of present moment awareness, and then there is balance. So I would love to hear what was valuable and interesting to you in today's talk. Let me know whether the, reviewing and reflecting and renewing your perspective sounds interesting and like a tool that you'd be able to use yourself. as you go about life and taking a moment before responding with a yes or a no to different things, and really strengthening your energy, really being able to be more present in each moment and to make decisions in a different way so that the busyness monster doesn't come in and take over your life and actually cause you to be, it will affect your health. Like I was mentioning, it does affect your health because busyness, of course, leads to a lot of stress symptoms, and that will impact your immunity and your well-being. But also equally importantly, your relationships, your emotional awareness and your self-awareness. So I love everybody sharing and commenting and participating here because I see each of your journeys and I appreciate you on this journey together. And I really honor you doing this work because strangely, not everybody does do this work. And being able to be the best version of yourself is such a powerful way for you to bring value in this world and to have a better experience of life for yourself. I see you and I appreciate you, and I look forward to catching up with you live in our next Transformation Thursday. Bye for now.